Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Curiosity Corner. I'm your host, Seth.
And I'm here with my co-host, Maya. Today we're diving into a topic that's close to my heart, the state of science museums today.
Right off the bat, I want you to picture this. The Franklin Institute in Philadelphia, once a playground for kids who loved to touch and feel science.
And then imagine walking in with your 6-year-old son expecting that same tactile joy, only to find screens everywhere.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but that was my reality last month. We paid almost $90 for a ticket, walked into the wondrous space, and what greeted us? A giant screen where you design your own rocket.
Sounds fun at first glance, but in practice it felt like another video game. No real rocket to build, no actual launch to watch.
My wife, a former science writer who spent years at NASA, tried the game with my son. She added too many boosters and the rocket failed for reasons.
The feedback was vague, unhelpful, and left us both frustrated. We then drifted toward the 4-story Foucault pendulum. That's where the real magic happened.
That pendulum hangs in a stairwell, massive, moving with gravity itself. No screen needed to understand it.
And beyond that, there are other physical exhibits tucked away, block and tackle chairs you can actually pull yourself up in, a Lessage's curve rod you pluck with your finger, and even an air show demo where you evacuate a cylinder to see motion change.
These were the kinds of hands-on experiences that made my childhood visits unforgettable. A sand-filled pendulum creating patterns on a table, running through a gigantic model heart.
Fast forward to today, those tactile wonders are either hidden in corners or, worse, broken and unused.
I saw a bicycle wheel demonstration where the wheel was too big for my son to hold. And the stool it sat on had so much friction that it barely spun.
That's not just a maintenance issue, it undermines the whole point of having a physical exhibit in the first place.
So why are museums putting screens at prime real estate? I think they're trying to compete with home entertainment, the iPad, the phone, the console.
But screens are not hands-on. They're digital representations that can't engage a child's senses or spark that same wonder you get from pulling a rope or feeling a pendulum swing.
When I think about it, museums should be places where kids feel science, touch the weight of a model heart, see gravity in motion, hear sound waves on a shimmering wall.
That's what made the Franklin Institute legendary for me. It was built around that intersection of play and real physics.
The problem is that screens can actually dilute curiosity. Kids get used to instant feedback from games, and that can erode their patience for slower, more tactile learning experiences.
Plus, we're already saturated with screen time at home.
Museums shouldn't add to that overload, but rather provide a break into the real world.
So my call to action is simple. Remove or reduce those touchscreen installations and reallocate resources toward genuine hands-on exhibits.
Think about how much money could go into fixing that bicycle wheel demo or installing a new interactive gravity well where kids can see their own weight affect motion.
The Franklin Institute still has so many strengths. The Marble Temple of Curiosity, the free rotunda, and those few physical exhibits that are working.
If they could just shift focus from digital to tactile, they'd become even more inspiring for the next generation.
And it's not just the Franklin Institute. All museums can learn from this. Prioritize real interaction over virtual simulation when possible.
Because at the end of the day, science is about experiencing reality, not just watching it on a screen.
That's all for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Curiosity Corner.
If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe and drop us a review. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep touching!